Understand the power of your reactions. The foundation of true peace lies in understanding that you have complete control over your reactions. Anger, arguments, and insults are often automatic responses, habits ingrained over years. But spiritual awakening teaches that every reaction is a choice. You do not have to give in to the impulses of frustration, ego, or fear. Recognizing this power is the first step toward reclaiming your emotional freedom and living with clarity and calm. By affirming, "I choose calm and clarity over anger and conflict," you begin a journey of conscious decision-making, where your peace becomes a priority over every provocation. Every situation you face has the potential to trigger an emotional reaction, yet how you respond determines the quality of your life. When you allow anger or frustration to control you, it clouds your judgment, drains your energy, and often escalates the conflict. On the other hand, responding consciously allows you to remain in control, protect your energy, and create outcomes aligned with your higher self. Spiritual awareness emphasizes that the world cannot dictate your inner state unless you let it. The external chaos may exist, but your inner calm is untouchable when cultivated intentionally. Understanding the power of your reactions also involves awareness of the ripple effect. Every word, action, or gesture influences not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. Reacting in anger can create tension, hurt relationships, and perpetuate cycles of negativity, while responding with calmness and wisdom can diffuse conflict and inspire others to act with integrity. By choosing thoughtful, deliberate responses, you not only protect your own peace, but elevate the energy of your environment, contributing to a more harmonious and positive world. It is also essential to recognize that reacting impulsively often comes from attachment to ego, pride, or the need to be right. Spiritual awakening teaches that letting go of these attachments allows you to see situations clearly, without distortion or emotional exaggeration. You gain the ability to distinguish between what truly matters and what is merely a distraction from your inner calm. Affirmations such as, "I release the need to be right and embrace peace over pride," help retrain your mind to prioritize serenity and wisdom over reactive impulses. Finally, understanding your reactions is about empowerment. Every moment you choose not to react with anger or insult is a moment of reclaiming your power. It is a statement that your inner peace is more valuable than the temporary satisfaction of expressing frustration or proving a point. This awareness allows you to navigate life with resilience, confidence, and grace. By consciously choosing how to respond, you step into a higher state of being, one where you are not at the mercy of others' actions or words, but in control of your own emotional and spiritual state. In essence, mastering your reactions is the first key to spiritual and emotional freedom. It is the conscious decision to protect your peace, preserve your energy, and live aligned with your higher self. By understanding this power, you lay the groundwork for all the other steps: pausing, remaining silent, transforming negative energy, practicing compassion, and prioritizing your inner peace. It is the beginning of a life where calm, clarity, and empowerment define every interaction and every choice. Pause before you react. One of the most effective ways to maintain your peace and avoid unnecessary conflict is to pause before reacting. Life often presents situations that trigger anger, frustration, or defensive impulses, and without conscious effort, we may respond in ways that escalate tension and harm our relationships. Spiritual awakening teaches that the brief moment between stimulus and response is where your true power lies. It is in this space that you can choose calm, wisdom, and alignment over impulsive reactions that only disrupt your energy and peace. By affirming, "I pause, I reflect, I respond with clarity and grace," you begin training yourself to take control of your emotional responses and reclaim your inner calm. Pausing before reacting allows you to detach from immediate emotional impulses and gain perspective. When provoked, our minds often jump to conclusions or assumptions, exaggerating the situation and amplifying anger. By creating a conscious pause, you give yourself time to assess what is truly happening, what is worth your energy, and how best to respond. This simple act of mindfulness prevents impulsive words or actions that can escalate conflicts, damage relationships, or create regrets that linger long after the moment has passed. The pause is not passive. It is a deliberate act of empowerment. Even taking just a few deep breaths, counting to 10, or mentally stepping back from a tense situation creates space for reflection and conscious choice. In that moment, you can ask yourself, does this require a reaction, or can I choose peace? This question shifts your focus from the external conflict to your internal state, reminding you that your energy and emotional balance are your priority. Spiritual practice emphasizes that the pause is also an opportunity to align with your higher self, when you act out of calm awareness rather than impulsive emotion. Your responses reflect wisdom, compassion, and strength. You demonstrate control over your own mind and body, rather than giving away your power to external circumstances. Every time you pause, you reinforce the habit of responding thoughtfully rather than reacting destructively, strengthening your resilience in the face of life's challenges. Additionally, the pause allows you to consider the long-term consequences of your response. Words spoken in anger or haste often create regrets, deepen conflicts, or harm your reputation. By pausing, you give yourself the chance to respond in a way that protects relationships, maintains your dignity, and preserves your peace. Affirm, I am in control of my actions and choose responses that honor my well-being. Ultimately, pausing before you react is a cornerstone of emotional and spiritual mastery. It is a practice that transforms potentially volatile situations into opportunities for growth, clarity, and inner strength. By taking a moment to breathe, reflect, and align with your higher self, you maintain control over your emotions, protect your peace, and model wisdom and calm for others. This simple yet profound habit is a powerful tool in the journey of spiritual awakening, allowing you to move through life with confidence, clarity, and unwavering serenity. Choose silence over reaction. One of the most powerful tools in maintaining your peace and reclaiming your energy is the practice of choosing silence over reaction. When faced with provocation, arguments, or insults, our instinct is often to respond immediately, to defend ourselves, or to prove a point. Yet spiritual awakening teaches that not every situation requires a response, and sometimes the most impactful action is deliberate silence. By affirming, I honor my peace by choosing silence over conflict, you shift from reacting impulsively to responding consciously, preserving your energy and integrity. Silence is not a sign of weakness or submission. It is a conscious choice that demonstrates strength, self-control, and wisdom. When you resist the urge to engage in arguments or respond with anger, you create a protective space around your inner peace. Many conflicts escalate because both parties react from the ego rather than reason. By choosing silence, you break this cycle, preventing escalation and allowing clarity to guide your actions. In this moment, you assert that your emotional balance is more important than winning a trivial dispute or responding to provocation. The power of silence lies in its ability to redirect energy. Words spoken in anger or haste often cause harm, create misunderstandings, or leave regrets that linger long after the conflict is over. Silence, on the other hand, allows you to respond with thoughtfulness, choosing your words carefully, or even choosing not to speak at all. Spiritual awakening emphasizes that what you don't say can be as impactful as what you do say. Silence creates space for reflection, understanding, and wisdom, and it often disarms negativity, diffusing tension without confrontation. Choosing silence also strengthens your connection with your inner self. When you pause and refrain from reacting, you are not suppressed. Sing your emotions. Rather, you are observing them without judgment. You become aware of your triggers, patterns, and habitual responses, which allows you to act from conscious choice rather than reactive impulse. Affirm, I observe my emotions and I respond with calm, clarity, and discernment. This practice nurtures emotional intelligence and empowers you to navigate challenging situations with grace. Furthermore, silence communicates dignity and confidence. When you do not respond to every provocation, you signal that your peace is not negotiable and that you will not be dragged into unnecessary conflict. Others may try to provoke or criticize, but your composed silence often has a stronger impact than any argument or rebuttal could. It shifts the dynamic, giving you control over the interaction and preserving your energy for what truly matters. Ultimately, choosing silence over reaction is a practice of empowerment, protection, and spiritual awareness. It allows you to maintain your calm, conserve energy, and navigate life's challenges with wisdom and clarity. By embracing silence, you demonstrate mastery over your emotions and reclaim control over your responses. It is a conscious, deliberate act that aligns with your higher self, creating a life where inner peace is prioritized above all external noise, conflict, and negativity. Transform negative energy into action. After mastering the art of pausing and choosing silence, the next step in reclaiming your peace is learning to transform negative energy into constructive action. Anger, frustration, and irritation are natural human emotions, but when left unchecked, they drain your energy and cloud your judgment. Spiritual awakening teaches that these emotions do not have to control you. Instead, they can be redirected into purposeful, positive action. By affirming, I convert challenges and negativity into growth and positive energy, you shift your focus from reaction to creation, turning potentially harmful situations into opportunities for empowerment. Negative energy is often powerful and consuming, but its intensity can be harnessed rather than wasted. For instance, moments of frustration can signal areas of your life that need attention or change. By observing your feelings and identifying their source, you gain clarity about what requires action rather than allowing your emotions to manifest as destructive behavior. This approach transforms energy that would otherwise lead to arguments, insults, or resentment into fuel for personal growth and meaningful progress. Channeling negativity into action requires conscious effort and intention. Instead of reacting to provocation, consider productive ways to address the situation or redirect your energy. This could involve problem solving, creative expression, physical activity, or focusing on personal goals. Spiritual practice emphasizes that constructive action aligns with your higher self and contributes to your overall sense of purpose and fulfillment. Affirm, I use my energy wisely, transforming challenges into opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. One of the most powerful aspects of transforming negative energy is its impact on your mental and emotional well-being. Holding on to anger or resentment keeps you tethered to chaos, making it difficult to think clearly or act intentionally. When you consciously redirect this energy, you regain control over your emotions and protect your peace. By turning frustration into constructive action, you shift from a reactive state to a proactive mindset, empowering yourself to influence your life in a positive and meaningful way. Transforming negative energy also strengthens resilience. Life will always present challenges, conflicts, and provocations, but those who practice channeling energy consciously are able to navigate adversity without losing their balance. Every situation that could provoke anger or upset becomes an opportunity to demonstrate self-mastery, clarity, and strength. This transformation not only protects your peace but also inspires those around you, showing that it is possible to remain centered and empowered even in difficult circumstances. Ultimately, the ability to transform negative energy into action is a cornerstone of spiritual and emotional empowerment. It allows you to reclaim control over your mind, body, and spirit, creating a life where your energy is directed toward growth, clarity, and meaningful outcomes rather than wasted on conflict or resentment. By consciously choosing to redirect your energy, you move from reaction to creation, from chaos to harmony, and from limitation to freedom. This practice ensures that no external force can disrupt your inner peace. and it empowers you to live with confidence, purpose, and unwavering calm. Practice compassion and understanding. As you progress on the journey of reclaiming your peace, one of the most transformative practices is cultivating compassion and understanding. When someone angers or provokes you, it is easy to respond with retaliation or defensiveness. However, spiritual awakening teaches that much of the negativity you encounter is a reflection of others' struggles, fears, or misunderstandings, not a reflection of your worth or character. By affirming, "I respond with compassion and understanding, not anger or judgment," you empower yourself to rise above conflict and maintain your inner calm. Compassion begins with recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles. People may act out of fear, insecurity, or pain, and their behavior toward you is often a projection of their inner turmoil. Understanding this allows you to detach from their negativity and avoid taking it personally. You do not have to excuse harmful behavior, but by responding with empathy rather than anger, you prevent their actions from dictating your emotional state. Affirm, "I see the humanity in others and respond with wisdom and love." This mindset shifts your energy from reaction to empowerment. Understanding is equally essential. Often, conflicts arise from misunderstandings or differing perspectives. By taking a step back and attempting to see the situation from another person's point of view, you open the door to clarity and resolution rather than escalation. Spiritual practice emphasizes that patience, listening, and reflection are more powerful than harsh words or confrontational arguments. When you choose understanding over impulsive reaction, you maintain your dignity and create opportunities for harmony and positive connection. Responding with compassion does not mean tolerating disrespect or compromising your boundaries. It is possible to assert yourself and protect your peace while remaining empathetic. The key is to act from a place of love and wisdom rather than ego and reaction. Affirm, "I honor my boundaries and respond with calm, compassion, and clarity." By doing so, you preserve your energy and influence outcomes in ways that foster growth, understanding, and mutual respect. Cultivating compassion and understanding also transforms your inner world. By responding with empathy rather than anger, you reinforce your sense of self-mastery and emotional intelligence. You shift your focus from negativity to constructive energy, which enhances your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Every time you choose compassion over conflict, you strengthen your resilience, maintain your balance, and cultivate inner peace. Ultimately, practicing compassion and understanding is not just about others, it is about reclaiming your power and protecting your peace. It allows you to navigate life with grace, wisdom, and emotional freedom. By seeing beyond provocation and reacting from a place of empathy, you break the cycle of negativity, prevent conflicts from controlling your energy, and create a life where serenity, clarity, and love define your every interaction. This practice solidifies your spiritual growth and ensures that your peace remains unshakable, regardless of the chaos that surrounds you. Make inner peace your priority. The final step in mastering your reactions and reclaiming your power is making inner peace your highest priority. Life will continually present challenges, provocations, and moments designed to test your patience. Yet spiritual awakening teaches that your calm and serenity are not determined by external circumstances. They are cultivated from within. By affirming, "I prioritize my peace above all else and remain centered no matter what happens," you declare that your emotional well-being and spiritual alignment are more important than winning arguments, proving a point, or reacting to negativity. Making inner peace. A priority begins with self-awareness. It requires you to observe your emotions, recognize your triggers, and notice when your energy is being pulled into conflict or chaos. By acknowledging these moments without judgment, you create a foundation of conscious choice rather than reactive behavior. You understand that your peace is fragile if left unguarded, and that preserving it is a daily practice. Spiritual awakening teaches that every decision, no matter how small, affects your inner equilibrium. So protecting your serenity becomes an intentional and ongoing commitment. Prioritizing peace also involves setting boundaries. Boundaries are the structures that safeguard your energy from people, situations, and environments that drain or disturb you. By learning to say no when necessary and by distancing yourself from negativity, you create a sanctuary for your mind, body, and spirit. Affirm, I set boundaries to honor my peace and protect my energy. Boundaries do not isolate you, they empower you. They allow you to engage with the world consciously rather than being swept into the currents of conflict, drama, or reactive behavior. Inner peace is strengthened through conscious practices such as meditation, reflection, or mindfulness. Taking moments each day to reconnect with your breath, your thoughts, and your higher self allows you to reset, recharge, and regain clarity. Spiritual practice emphasizes that these moments of stillness are essential for maintaining calm in a chaotic world. They remind you that your true power and serenity reside within, independent of external events or others' behavior. Making inner peace a priority also requires reframing how you view challenges and provocations. Instead of seeing them as threats or attacks, recognize them as opportunities to practice self-control, patience, and wisdom. Each moment where you choose calm over anger, silence over reaction, and understanding over judgment reinforces your mastery over your own mind and energy. Affirm, I transform every challenge into an opportunity to strengthen my peace. Ultimately, making inner peace your priority is about reclaiming control over your life. It is about choosing serenity over conflict, reflection over impulsiveness, and empowerment over reaction. By committing to this practice, you cultivate a life where your energy is protected, your mind remains clear, and your spirit remains aligned with your higher self. Your peace becomes a constant, unshakable presence, guiding every decision and interaction. When you prioritize your inner peace above all else, you demonstrate true spiritual maturity, emotional intelligence, and personal power, creating a life of fulfillment, resilience, and profound serenity. As we come to the conclusion of this journey, one truth becomes abundantly clear. Your peace is your most valuable possession, and it is fully within your control. Life will always present challenges, provocation, and moments designed to test your patience. But spiritual awakening teaches that your inner calm does not depend on external circumstances. It is cultivated from within. By mastering your reactions, pausing before responding, choosing silence, transforming negative energy, practicing compassion, and prioritizing your inner peace, you take back the power that has always been yours, reclaiming a life of clarity, balance, and empowerment. The first step is awareness. Recognizing the power of your reactions and understanding that every response is a choice allows you to shift from impulsive behavior to conscious decision-making. Anger, arguments, and insults may arise naturally, but you do not have to give them control over your life. By choosing calm and clarity, you protect your energy, preserve your dignity, and begin to navigate the world with wisdom rather than reactivity. Pausing before reacting reinforces this power. In every moment of provocation, taking a breath, stepping back, or reflecting before responding creates space for clarity and conscious choice. This pause prevents impulsive words or actions that escalate conflicts, allowing you to respond in ways aligned with your higher self. Mindfulness in these moments transforms potential chaos into opportunities for growth and understanding. Choosing silence over reaction is another key pillar of inner strength. Silence is a declaration that your peace is non-negotiable and that you will not allow yourself to be drawn into unnecessary conflict. It is not weakness. It is the ultimate act of control and wisdom. Silence preserves your energy, prevents unnecessary escalation, and often communicates more power, fully than any argument or retort could. Transforming negative energy into constructive action ensures that your emotions serve you rather than control you. Anger, frustration, and tension can become fuel for personal growth, problem solving, or creative expression. Every challenge presents an opportunity to demonstrate resilience, take purposeful action, and reclaim control over your life. By channeling negative energy into positive outcomes, you create a life where your energy is invested in growth and fulfillment, rather than conflict and chaos. Practicing compassion and understanding completes this path. Recognizing that others' negativity often reflects their own struggles allows you to respond with empathy rather than retaliation. Compassion preserves your peace, strengthens relationships, and fosters harmony in your life. It does not mean tolerating disrespect. It means rising above provocation with dignity, patience, and wisdom. Ultimately, prioritizing your inner peace above all else ensures that your life is guided by calm, clarity, and personal empowerment. Each choice to remain centered, respond thoughtfully, and honor your well-being reinforces your mastery over your mind, emotions, and energy. By committing to these practices, you cultivate a life free from unnecessary suffering, full of resilience, and aligned with your highest self. Remember, peace is not given, it is claimed. The moment you choose to stop reacting with anger, arguments, or insults, you reclaim your power. You step into a life where serenity, clarity, and empowerment define your every thought, action, and interaction. Let this commitment be your guiding principle and watch as your world transforms